Hello and welcome to episode 2 of our deck build. In this episode we're bringing in the heavy hitters. We're doing excavation. We're pouring concrete. We've got Dan coming. Will it be enough? Let's find out. First things first, before we start digging, I get out my rotary level and my grade rod and I use the top of the old stairs as my benchmark. The top of the old stairs is where I'd like the finished concrete to be, so that's why we used that as our benchmark. It also happens to be where the old deck stairs landed, and I'd like to keep it as close as that original height as possible because I'm going to be reusing that same height as that old ledger. Those stairs do end up getting removed later in the video, so I have to mark a spot to use my benchmark so that I can keep using that elevation to check to make sure that everything is exactly where I want it to be. Now, if you pay attention closely, you're going to see that the perimeter of where we're excavating is going to be thicker. So it's going to be a thickened haunch around the perimeter, and that is going to be about 13 inches. The center of the slab is going to be about 4 inches. Now, the reason I'm doing thicker around the edges is because I'm framing out a wall on the underside of this deck to use as storage. Thanks for joining in, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Well, there goes our benchmark. Fortunately, I do have another use for these. I'm going to be placing them on this hill. They're going to get dirt and flower pots put on it and yard art and things like that. It saves me a trip to the landfill, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we're just compacting this in lifts. So that is the base soil there. I figured why not compact that, and then we put in our gravel. It's got fines in it, and so it really compacts really well. And we do it in lifts. So we do a few inches and then compact it and a couple more inches. We did 4 inches of gravel until we got to our height. We dug down 8 inches and brought up 4 inches of gravel, and that's going to leave us with 4 inches of concrete there for this little stoop. You can see me there with the grade stick. I'm just checking grade while Royce rakes out the high spots into our low spots. Here with Danny boy.
Hey.
Hey. Off to a great start this morning. Dan, lots of shoes in his truck. Alright, let's get this formed up.
Here.
There's like the dog's not happy right now.
So throughout this time lapse here, you're going to see us with a level, and you're going to see us with a laser, and you're going to see us doing diagonal measurements with tape measures to square it out. So we're just setting the forms right now that we're just building out a 2x material, and we're going to put in the rebar and the mesh in this part of the video too. One thing I think I failed to mention while filming this is when we're doing the level, we're actually having it pitch away from the house. So when water hits that concrete, it's actually going to bead away and away from the house. And so you always want it pitched away. You don't want water to be pulling up against your house or anything. So I think I failed to mention that while filming, but that all these forms and the concrete are pitched away from the house. You can see in this clip we're working our way down with the laser receiver to set our form height. And of course, for good measure, I throw a level on there anyways. Okay, we got our mesh in our chairs. Dan cut his rebar. We're gonna pin it to the foundation. Got the little blowgun. Go ahead and blow that out, Dan. Busy! Then I got this anchor adhesive. We're gonna. Just repeating the process here on the larger slab. The only real difference is we did put a couple sticks of rebar in that thickened haunch on chairs. Other than that, the process was the same. It got mesh, it got rebar, the mesh got put on chairs, and we tied everything together with wire, and we pinned it to the foundation using the epoxy. Hey everybody, another hot one today. We're just finishing up. This is what it looks like. What I'm doing now is that dirt bank way at the end. So I plan on closing in the deck. I can't have dirt right there, so yeah, tap conned that brace in so I can screw in. I'm gonna build like a curb right here to hold this dirt bank. Just got the hole in the concrete plant. They're loading up our truck with 8.5 yards. Right now I'm just spraying these forms with form release so that when the time comes to strip them, it won't be as difficult to take them off. And we'll take a walk through everything we've done up to this point. We got our expansion foam right here.
Supervisor dog.
Supervisor Bailey, got Dan. If you get a close up on this, we ended up bending this mesh into this little void here. This is just gonna be a little kind of a little patio part here. We ended up just trenching a little bit and then bending this mesh into it because we had some extra. So over there, we've got a table
Oh,
set up
yeah.
with everything that we could probably need. Got a power screed, full float, shovels. What'd you say you call them?
Placer, concrete placer.
Dan calls them a concrete placer. I've been calling them a come along.
I don't know what to call them.
So we got those, brakes, mags, and some hand tools, vibrator,
Yeah.
wheelbarrow.
Again, Milwaukee, if you want to sponsor any of these videos.
They're like, please stop using our stuff.
please never cease and desist or stop using our name.
I'm trying, I don't want to get any of this on the rebar because I actually want this to stick to the rebar. All right, everybody, the moment we all been waiting for. Concrete is here. I'm really happy with the way the pour went. I was really blessed to have Danner and Dan help me. I talk a little bit about some of the issues I ran into, like the truck showing up late. So right there, that truck is backing up pretty close to my septic tank. I knew that he couldn't drive on my septic tank without risk collapsing it. So in preparation for that, I rented that chute extension that you saw. At the time of filming this, I only had one camera, and I had to decide whether to wear it as a head cam or to time lapse. When the truck showed up so late, it made more sense to time lapse because we were already on a bit of a disadvantage because it was so much later in the afternoon. I ordered the truck to be there in the morning, and they didn't get there until much later in the afternoon. This pour was full southern exposure, and it was roughly 1 to 2 in the afternoon, one of the hottest parts of the day, and it was over 85 degrees, a pretty good stiff breeze as well. We didn't stop moving until the job was done. I did not have the luxury to cancel this pour and schedule it for another time. This is the day that I had off, and this was the day that my help had, and I was very fortunate to have them, and I couldn't have done it without them. As you can see, Tanner and Dan are actually on a sheet of 2-inch foam board, and they're kneeling on that to scrub the concrete just ahead of me. When you scrub the concrete like they are, it brings up the cream. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't normally have to quote unquote scrub the concrete like they are. Under ideal conditions, normally you'd have a little bit of downtime before you had to jump on the concrete. We just weren't afforded that luxury during this pour. You can see that powder that I'm throwing. That's called powder release. I coat the stamps with it and I throw it onto the concrete. In this application, not only does it prevent the stamps from sticking to the concrete, but it also adds the color. And the color of the powder release I'm using is called charcoal. You might be wondering what that leaf blower is used for, blowing off some of that powder release. And we're using it to just blow off some of the excess so that we can inspect the stamp job and make sure that it's coming out well and there's not some spots that need touch up before it's too late. This is the second time I've ever done anything with stamped concrete, and the first time was a year prior on a much smaller pad, and I had someone with me that had done it for many years, and he showed me how to do it. I really do enjoy it. I'd like to buy more stamps and do more of this, and if you see anything that I can do better or improve on, please let me know below in the comments. I'd love to hear it. It's been about 6 hours. Stamp looks really nice. I don't know how easy it is to tell with the camera, but we're gonna, you can walk on it now, so we're gonna make our control joints. It's fractured rock or fractured slate. I'm gonna set you up for time lapse. And we got the board here. That's gonna guide my blade. I'm gonna run my blade along it for the cut, and we're gonna make 3 of these cuts here. This almost got away from us. You know, it's all southern facing. I wanted to pour it early in the morning. Apparently the concrete trucks got stuck and one broke down, and so they came late, but it set up really fast. So we got it though, we got ahead of it, and it came out really good. It's all stamped. It's hard to see with all the powder, but once that's all power washed off and it's cured, it should look really good. I don't know how well the camera can pick it up right now, but very happy with it. Especially that front stoop. Alright, I'm gonna put you on time lapse. As you can tell from my voice, I was very exhausted. But the sweet spot for cutting in those control joints is 6 to 12 hours after the pour. And you definitely don't want to go over 24 hours without making your control joints and risk it cracking on its own. Because when you put in those control joints, you're just creating a weak spot in the concrete, giving it a place to crack in that straight line, rather than in a undesirable manner. Okay, it's next morning. It's about 5 a.m. It's supposed to be really hot today, so I figured I got here a little early and start tripping the forms. That's what we're looking at. Nice fractured rock texture in it. And I'm gonna see how she looks. Oh, looks really nice. See how the sides look when I get it stripped? Got a ton of concrete here on the sides. I'm gonna have to probably bust up with a hammer. Now for the hard part. That was the easy part. This big. I think I'm going to take out the kickers first, because I think I can use part of that as leverage to bust some of that concrete up when I pull it up. We're back. Alright, so I think it died while I was pressure washing it. Now I'm going to apply the sealer. So it says not to apply in direct sunlight, so I waited until this was in the shade. So I'm going to be applying it on this, and then this one is always in direct sunlight. There's just no avoiding it unless I do it pretty close to dusk. But it's cooled down quite a bit. It's about 6 p.m. So, and then it needs 4 hours to cure, so in the next couple hours the sun will be down, and so it won't be in direct sunlight the whole time, and the sun is not as intense. So we're going to start with this one. And I'm going to just get the leaf blower, blow it off. I'm going to take a mason's brush and just brush off some spots I see, and I'm going to roll on the sealer, paint around the edges, or paint the brush, and go from there. I'm going to find a spot to put you, and we'll see how it goes. This sat for over 24 hours with the color. I'm just going to paint the edge, maybe do a test spot on the edge. Said apply a thin layer for the first coat, and then after 28 days I can optional second coat. It looks nice. Really highlights the color. That's going to do it for episode 2. We got a lot of work done. We have a lot left to do. Hopefully I'll catch you on episode 3. Thank you for watching.